back to Spicy Manchester, where some people like it hot, but I like it extra spicy. Do forgive me, we have a guest today. This is my youngest cat, Harper, and she might be quite annoying because she's wanting the attention. But let's just try and get past that. Anyway, so I promised you a review, an update on Posh Nosh in Reddish Stockport. So if you go back off my last video, I chose Posh Nosh for the bad reviews, from food rating being horrible, customer service being horrible, etc. Now, one comment that stuck out the most for me was this one guy who ordered the special meat calzone, and he's ordered it twice from there. Now, he did say he enjoyed the food, but both times afterwards he got some food poisoning, and it was quite bad for 36 hours. So I thought, okay, I'll try this, and like I said, I'll give you my update on how it went. Well, it's a couple of days after, and I have to say, no, nothing. I didn't get ill, I didn't feel ill. It was just, it weren't the best calzone. It was very greasy. That is the only disappointment I could say about it, but I'd never got ill whatsoever. So yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint people who hoping that I might have got ill and felt sick, but no, I didn't. So I want to talk to you about why I set up this channel, Spice Manchester. Now, obviously, as I mentioned, I do like my food being spicy, to the fact that even at home I always add Scotch bonnets to most of my dishes, and my wife says you're going to ruin the meal like that, but it's what I like the spice. Now, to me, usually the hotter the better. For some reason I enjoy going through the pain, and this is like a journey to find out a takeaway that does not just flavourable food, but with that extra spice to it that that I enjoy. I also said I'll be reviewing takeaways that have got poor ratings, and it's a case of I want to make people aware of the takeaways around your area, basically. Now, for people around the Greater Manchester area, there's plenty of takeaways. I mean, quite a mixed bag of different cuisines, and takeaways now are a big business. But there's that many of them, you don't know which ones are really good and which ones really bad. So that is what my aim is, to let people know, because there might be a takeaway up the road from they've never been to, and it's like they're missing out on something really good, and at the same time they might think, oh, I want to try that takeaway, and I need to warn them because they could get ill or it's just horrible. So that is the main point of my this channel that I've set up. So what I'd like people to do is subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment about takeaways where you've been to, around the Great, like I say, Stockport area, where you've been to that, it's the best takeaway ever, and it's like, oh, you need to go this, you need to try this, the quality's good, you get, the quantity, you get a lot, and I'll go and review it. It's the same as the spice. Now, like I said, I want, if you've been to some sort of takeaway, like I say, it doesn't have to be a curry, it could be a kebab, it could be anything that has that spice level where it's really hot, and you think, wow, that is really hot, let me know, and I want to go and try this as well, and let my viewers also see the results of this. But like I said, if it's also places you've been and you've had whatever reason you don't want to give it a good rating for either food quality, you've been ill, whatever it may be, and you think, look, people need to be aware of this takeaway, let me know, and I'll bring people to this to make them aware of the takeaway. Like, don't go to this one takeaway because of X, Y, Z. So, like I said, if you can subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below with these, I'd really appreciate that. And like I say, it's not just for me, it's to help people, my viewers, to find out what takeaways are around their area and what they can get for the money, quality wise and that. So that's a bit about me, and like I said, I've given you an update. I weren't ill or anything like that. So thank you for joining me, Spice Manchester, where some people like hot, but I like it extra spicy.